is an aluminum Falcon.
Hey guys, it's time for our next build, and it will be one of my favorite ships, the Millennium Falcon. Never done Star Wars before, so we're gonna do some Star Wars. And I thought today is a perfect, glorious, beautiful spring day with birds chirping and... Aww, that's not how spring works. It is in fact spring. It is April 12th. Because spring, Minnesota. You think we make jokes? No, it's not jokes. It's just us being very sad because it's snowing. Anyways, so I bought a few doodads and such for the kit. I got Paul Budinsky, according to the... I can't believe that's his last name. It's hilarious. Paul's set for the Falcon. I mainly bought it for the smokestacks, but it came with all this other awesome stuff, which changed my plans on the lighting. I will be lighting the gun turrets because he put all this awesome detail into the gun turrets. I got the back of the... this is the back of the cockpit. We got the door surround. We got the door. All kinds of neat stuff. So I'll be lighting it in the landing position, but I did want to light the engines so Starship engines can idle because reasons. Thrust. I don't think that's how that works, but I thought it looked cool to light the engines, and I want to do all the landing gear and the landing ramp, so we're just going to have something not make sense. These are for the headlights. Also, I'm not building this as the Last Jedi edition, even though it is the Last Jedi edition. I'm building it as sometime in between after the Battle of Endor, when he gets his new shiny what's it, radar dish or whatever that is, because, you know, Lando smacked it off there. And sometime in between there and whenever he loses on Dantooine, although Han Solo losing his ship, that's okay, whatever. Sure, JJ. And, okay, this headlights, this is the battery pack, this is all Evan's design here. This is not, these are all my interior lights for the landing gear, the gun turrets, everything else. This is for the cockpit. So we have all that. There is, because this is designed with a lighting kit that you can buy from Bandai in mind, there is a battery pack. A little battery, a section of the rear fuselage on the underside. And I forget if it's dorsal underside or ventral or dorsal, whatever. Underneath, there is a battery pack. You can section of it you can snap off, saying words are good. So, that's all this. The other thing is, I did change my hobby room. I am now in what was my bedroom. You can see my Transformers, and that's all my models and such. I did make mounts for these. I do have an official spray booth, because when I cleaned out the other room, there was paint dust all over the floor, and that was hell to get off. So we have an official spray booth. You can, actually, there's a mount up here somewhere where you can mount this in the window, but for obvious reasons, I do not want to do that. So we have plastic bag, and plastic bag is awesome. I did put some holes in that, so while it will inflate, it will not pop or it will not spill anywhere outside of there. So we got the neat LED edition. Let's turn that off. Nice Lady Susan, everything is ready to go with that. I did get some of these little neat things I see people using. I'm like, that looks like fun. I should try that out. So, let's get this open and take a quick look at the plastic. Quickly before we look at the plastic, I did get this, a pin vise. So cool. I have a ton, well, a ton. I have 25. Tiny little bits, which I'm sure you can see, these tiny microscopic bits. We'll break those, guarantee. So, Bandai kits are always awesome and awesomely detailed with awesomeness. There are the gun turrets that'll have to be removing some of that detail now that I look at it. We got landing gear. We got the airlock / escape pod surrounds. Those are the original smokestacks, top tips of them, which I will not be using again. These show that detail is actually, it looks like it's extruded. Yeah, it is extruded instead of embossed. We have the gun and chair that Luke and Han use, and as well as various other characters. And then these little tiny things that go on the rear of the ship. So, and some landing gear. Those there's the photo. There are photo etch parts for these, but again, I might put the photo etch over these. Not sure yet. You can see tiny little detail. There's so much detail. I don't think my camera can pick that up. All that amazing detail. It can, of course. The opposite. Oh, we have the guns. Where are they? The guns here. Parts of the guns. They come in two parts. The quad cannons. We have more detail. So you have a clear cockpit, or you can have one without the glass. These are the surrounds for the gun emplacements, which again I may not use, or I may use. Here's covers for the landing gear. Here's a window light, or no, this is the engine light. And all this more covers, and then these, which I will guarantee you I'll break. There's my big meaty thumb. You can see how small those are, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller and tinier. I will break those. I will break you. Oh, and there's your figures, which I won't be using. I actually found this the other day when I was looking at this. Let's see if we can see that. That is a BB-8. It's so cute. And then we have, over here we got Chewie, we got Han. Couldn't figure out what that was for the longest time, and it's like, oh, it's Finn, because he's got Poe's jacket on. And then there's Rey. So, and we have, getting a little bit bigger here, more detail for the underside. These are the two underside. There's this. There's another one of those. We have the inside of the airlock / escape pod. We have the top of the gun emplacement here. Of all sorts of assorted landing gear parts. There is the cockpit right there. Where is there's the underside of the cockpit there. Here is something I won't be lighting. Oh, there's the front of the mandibles, which I'll have to drill out those little holes for the lights. That is the console driving place. That is so tiny. I'm not even gonna try to light that. I know people have. It's amazing. Very much skill, not me. Here's parts of the inside of that. All these parts in here. Here's the back of the radar dish. Here's the actual cockpit with the seats. This is part of the engine. Here we get into the mandibles here. There's the actual mandibles. And you can see how small this is. My big meaty hand. More detailed parts. Here's the tunnel. And underside of the tunnel. Very detailed. I don't know if my camera can do justice to the awesome detail, because my camera's old. There is the battery pack. That's what I was looking for. This is where you put this over the rear section, and you pop it off, and it'll be perfect for mounting my Switch. Here we have it's the top with all your smokestacks. And there's your tunnel goes, your mandibles go here. All those little detail parts. I was going to put those detail parts on first, but some of these, whatever these are painted red, and some of them are painted gray. So I'm not going to do that. Smokestacks. You can see underneath. Again, this is designed for a lighting kit, so you have these little stacks here that are for the Bandai LEDs. I will be actually putting something. It's nice to have these because I think I'm going to mount my LED strip to these, perhaps. It's another thing you got to plan when you light. I think it's this side that it's this side that the landing gear. It's gonna be kind of tight in here maybe to mount the LEDs for the gun emplacements. So we'll see about that. Here's the underside. That is the opening for the battery pack. So I'll be able to build something in there. Here's all your openings for your landing gear. Obviously, this is The Last Jedi. So it's got the 5 instead of the 3, although you could build it with 3. There's your landing ramp. I'm actually going to see if I can show this off. There are little rings in there. See those? I'm going to drill those out and light above those. And then put the door at the back. So that will be that. There's so much crazy detail. I see tank parts. And we have the base, which I will not be using. It's a nice little base. I do like the articulated arms, so you can position the ship differently. But it's a nice little base. I might use it for something else, who knows. And we have the instructions. The awesome instructions. Great picture here on the back, full color. All your many decals and all your many color shoutouts here. You actually, this is something really cool. They actually have mixes for paint for all these colors, which will be helpful when I go to paint. You've got little color shoutouts, because this is The Last Jedi, and the only 2 people that are really in the Falcon are Rey and Chewie. So, great pictures, great color pictures, and of course inside we have instructions on how to build said ship. I will not be following them. You have all your sprues, we have your instructions, how to clip stuff off, how to do that. They've got little lighting kit and stuff. It's nice that this is actually, a lot of this is in English, because I cannot read kanji, Japanese. I can't read Japanese. I can't speak it either. So, instructions, and we have these. I'm not going to go through all the instructions, but we have these. Now, which side is this? Ah, this is the sticker side. So you have stickers, if you want a sticker, or you have water slides, which I'll be using the, oh, don't make stuff fall, water slides. And in case you didn't really want to paint that clear cockpit, they do provide cockpit decals for the front and for around it. They have the little Falcon symbol there, which they repeat over here, thank you. And all these nice tiny little things, they're microscopic. But I think this has most of the panels. I don't know if it has all of them. It doesn't look like enough decals for all of them, so I might be having to paint some. I am going to use the decals. I think, I don't know, I go back and forth. All that masking, just, I think about all that masking, I just think, ooh, I have decals. So, next step is to get this all in water, so I'm going to do that, and I'll be back. So, we are at the sink. I got some Dawn in there, I'm about to run some water, and I'm about to bathe some parts. Easy part, but you gotta do it, because there might be mold release on these guys. I don't know. We're not going to take any chances. So, all the parts, hopefully not breaking anything off the tree, and the microscopic parts, into the water. And I'm not going to film while I'm in the water, so just a second. Hey guys, so it's bath time. I got the sink full of nice soapy, warm, not hot, warm water. All we do here is dunk. Going to dunk, going to dunk. All these parts. Most people don't show this because it's kind of boring. But I'm super boring, so I'm showing this off. Just dunking them in warm water. Warm soapy water. So exciting and new. Oh, and make sure to plug your drain properly, because if you break off one of these teeny tiny parts, you don't want it to go down the drain. Get a closer look at the inside of that. That's a lot of detail. Let's see. This thing here. There's a lot of detail that I gotta scrape off before I can put those paragraphic parts in. Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. For the bigger parts though, however, I do like, let's move some stuff over. Let's put more water in here. I do like to actually take a little bit and let's get it wet. Just give it a little scrub. I really can't do that with these little parts because of all the, you don't want to break them off or what have you. So, These parts with larger surface areas get a little bit of love. So actually, that's going to be it for this episode. Pretty lame episode. Just taking a cue from George Lucas. That was a bad joke. Anyways, I've got a bunch of stuff to do before I can paint these. There's a lot of detail I have to actually scrape out on these, because there's scrapes and scratches and in some cases gouges that I'll have to do before I get this to paint. So next episode will be painting. We'll see you guys there. Have a nice day. I got water everywhere.